Hey, what's up, guys? Today we're looking at the second base position, and we're talking about turning double plays. Now, there's been a few videos on turning double plays, and we've looked at different ways to turn two. In today's video, we're going to go over what some people will call the power flip, and it's almost like a backhand flip to second base. This isn't a move that's done a lot, especially by younger players. You'll see some professional players do it sometimes. If you remember back, Roberto Alomar used to always use the power flip, and he could do it from 30 feet away from the bag. But it's a play that sometimes you're going to have to use this, and it's important to just have it in the bag in case you might need to use it. It's something you want to practice just in case. And sometimes guys get really good at it and they use it all the time, so it depends. So first I want to talk about is when do you use this and what's the best time to use it. So basically, if you're going to turn two and we're going to be in a flipping position, so we're pretty much taking a ball that's hit right at us or towards the bag, most guys will use an underhand flip if they're close enough to the bag. And with the underhand flip, you want to get around the ball and get your momentum going towards second base so that you can flip it easier. Well, this power flip is going to come into play in a couple of instances. The first one is where we're still pretty close to second base, but the ball has hit at us really hard and we can't get around it and get momentum going towards second. So it's almost like we field it kind of flat-footed, or maybe we take just one step in towards home plate and we pick up the ball. And we don't really have momentum to get a lot on the regular flip. So the power flip will get a little bit more behind the ball and allow us to get it there quickly without doing an underhand flip and without having to pivot and throw. So if the ball's hit hard at us and we're comfortable with this play, we can just field it and power flip the second. The other time you'll see this play, and this is when you will usually see it the most, is a chopper or a slow hit ground ball to you, where you have to come into the baseline, and now you're kind of at a tough angle to turn your body and underhand flip it, and maybe you're too close to pivot and throw, so you'll just field it in the baseline and just quickly power flip it to second base. So those are the two times that most guys will use it, and like I said, some guys are so good at it that they can do it when they even get a little bit further away from the bag. I wouldn't recommend you doing that at first, especially if you don't know how to do it, but it's something that you can practice, and if you get good at it, you can use it, because it definitely is pretty quick if you're able to practice it and get good at it. So now let's go over the mechanics of it. Here we have Brandon Phillips from the Reds, and he's practicing right here the power flip. Now if you watch, here's a ball that's hit where, as you can see, he can't really get momentum going to second base. He can't get around the ball this way. Now, if you were going to do a regular underhand flip, you'd get around the ball, field it coming back this way so you have momentum. He's not able to do that. As you can see, ball's hit right here. He's fielding on this side of his body. He's not able to get around it. So now he's going to field it and power flip at the second. Watch one more time. Here it comes. Hit right at him. Hit pretty hard. Field. Power flip the second. Let's go over the mechanics. A couple things you want to do. Basically, there's two things that you need to focus on if you want to use this. The first thing you want to do is, it's not an arm action. You're not going to get the power behind the ball from your upper body or from your arm. It's created, just like the underhand flip is, with your legs. And you're going to really create it with this left leg. So as you field, you're going to use that left leg to drive yourself towards second base. And you can see right here, here's the move. It's a lower body field. He starts to push off that left leg. You can see it getting extended. He's driving and flipping. Remember, it's a lower body move, not an upper body. You're not going to create it all by pushing with your arm. use your lower body, use that leg, push off, and then continue to cross over. You're going to take that left foot and left leg and you're going to go to the bag with it. Cross over, keep your momentum moving towards second, and you can walk it out after that. Cross over, couple steps, walk it out. It's important to get your momentum. Although you're not able to get around the ball, it's important to field it and then quickly get your momentum going to get some power on that flip, because it's easy if you're right near second base to flip it just with your upper body and your arm. But if you get a little further away, and if you go out and practice this, you'll notice sometimes it's tough to get a little bit on that ball, so you want to use your body to do it. The second thing that you have to worry about is the action of your arm. So you're going to turn your wrist over. First thing, you can see it right here. You're going to start to show the ball to the second or to the shortstop. And it's very important that all you're going to do is use the extension of your elbow. So your elbow is bent, you're going to extend your arm right here. So it's a combination of driving off your legs, getting momentum, and then extending your elbow and your arm. It's important that you don't use your wrist. You're going to have a stiff wrist. You're not going to have a flimsy wrist and try to flip it like you're shooting a basketball. It's the same exact way with your underhand flip. You're going to have a stiff wrist. You're not going to flip it. You're just going to use your body and your arm and not your wrist. If you use your wrist, you're going to be really inaccurate. So, stiff wrist, extend your arm, follow through to second base. It's pretty simple to teach. This is one of those plays that you just have to get out there and you have to do it. And you have to do it to the point where you feel comfortable doing it. And you're probably not going to be that good at it once you start. But if you give it some time, and as you can see here in practice, Brandon Phillips working on it. And I don't know exactly how much he uses this in the game. But even if he doesn't, all second basemen will have this available to them. So if they have to use it in the game, they don't have to think about it. They can be confident to make the play.